Hello ladies, just shoot me a little hashtag live if you're here right now, hashtag replay if you're on the catch up, no dramas either way. I just really like to see who's showing up for themselves and who wants to even be 1% better than they were yesterday, because that's what this is all about, right? This is about the journey. There's no magic pills, there's no lotions, there's no potions, there's no nothing but the journey, and you've got to enjoy the journey and you've got to trust the process, right? So I put a little post out there on Monday, I think it was, yesterday, about what people would like some training on. And I'm going to put together a training, but then I thought I'm going to talk about a subject that a lot of people gave me yesterday, and it's motivation. And this is a tricky one because we don't wake up motivated, and nor can you have a goal to be motivated, because that's part of the process, right? So to go to think, I just want to be motivated. Well, the thing is about this isn't a destination. This is something that you can control. This is all deep down, comes back on you. And we're all going to lose motivation in our process because there's some bumpy rides, right? In any journey, there's some bumpy rides. But we don't just wake up motivated, nor can we stay motivated, because there's going to be outside stresses that come into our life. So one thing, a few things that I want to talk to you guys about is when we do have these setbacks, when we wake up and feel a little bit deflated, and doesn't have to be with exercise. It can be anything. It could be your eating. It could be your sleeping. It could be stresses through work. You actually control your reaction. And that's the bottom line. And although it may be hard to actually think about, and you might think that I'm being harsh, but you're actually in control of it. And it's up to you whether you want to react positively or negatively, or it's up to you whether you actually are happy kicking yourself in the guts when you fall off the bandwagon. When we fall off the bandwagon and you're now just thinking, everything's too hard and I don't want to do it, it's too hard, you're creating those extra stresses now, because you can control it. There are some factors that we can control, and there's some factors that we can't control. Get in control of showing up for yourself and being proud of yourself. So what you need to do is, and this isn't, you might just be sitting there thinking, oh, gee, she's directing this at me, but this is everybody. I'm human. I'm in the industry of motivating, rehabbing, movement, mindset. But, there are some days where I have down days as well. And I actually just went through this in a coaching call with a few of my ladies, and, you're allowed to have a down day. I give them one pajama day, but any more than one, and you start taking yourself down a little bit in that deep, dark hole, and it's harder to get out because you lose. The longer you're there, the less motivated you're going to feel, and the harder it is for you to come back out. And changing habits can get you deflated, right? Because sometimes we aim too high. So don't aim so high. When we're having these deflated moments, we're losing some motivation and we're not really clear of the big picture anymore because we don't feel like we've had any wins. Are you aiming too high for your wins? Are you aiming too high? You need to actually just stop, breathe, take a look at where you were possibly 3 months ago. Now take a look where you are now. Have you actually gone backwards, or have you stopped acknowledging the little wins? Because it's the little wins that make the big wins. And you know that I've said this in so many lives, and I remind all my clients, all my lovely ladies inside the program, that we need to celebrate these little wins. So stop, have a little breath, think about how you have changed in the last 3 months. And if you can actually say that you've changed 1%, then you're not losing, are you? So let's focus on the small wins and stop beating yourself up, because the only way that you're actually going to regroup this is if you stop and acknowledge yourself. Because we always acknowledge our best mates, we acknowledge our kids, we acknowledge our husbands, we acknowledge our parents, we acknowledge family, friends. But when's the last time you stopped and acknowledged and gave yourself credit? We really do need to. And it could be that, hey, you know what? I'm actually sleeping a little bit better, or I'm in a better night routine. I have been drinking a lot more water. I've been really good with my food. It could be anything. I'm finding the movements easier. I'm finding my movements, these are all things that are the wins, and you need to acknowledge them. So on that note, what we need to do is actually not aim so high. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a live on goal setting, but what I told you guys to do was write down your big goal, fold it up and put it away in a lock and key, because the big goal, if we always focus on these big goals, we never have these wins. Therefore, we're never feeling proud of ourselves. So if you're aiming up here, that's great, but just knot it down a few notches, bring it down a few notches and start setting little realistic goals so that you actually can feel proud of yourself. And like I said, it can be down to creating a new nighttime routine, less phone time or FaceTime or screen time at night time. Making sure that you're hitting a realistic daily step goal. These are all goals. These are all big milestones, right? And you actually disregard these little steps. Okay, so bring it down a notch. If you're always feeling deflated and feeling like you failed, stop, acknowledge, but do the little realistic goals. And again, if you're having trouble with that, then hook me up. Ladies, hook me up. A quick 15-minute chat, a little consultation call, zero obligation. This is what we can do. I nut things out for you and give you a clear picture. Inside the program, it's about clarity, it's about focus, and it's a personalized plan. So all my ladies have their focus, right? If you can't have that clarity and focus, hook me up. Let's have a little consultation call. But set your little goals. What about if you did... I've mentioned daily steps. What about if you took 60 seconds out of your time in a day, in a busy day, I'm talking about, to, if you've done the 5-day back relief challenge, to do some stretches. 60 seconds to get up, move around, or even 5 minutes where you can just go to the end, walk to the end of the street and back. Do you know what? If you actually, I don't know how long your street is, but if you walk to the end of the street and back, you could be getting a couple hundred steps extra on top of your daily steps. How proud could you be, right? So don't think about exercise as being a 60-minute workout, because that's ridiculous. None of my ladies have 60-minute workouts. It's ridiculous, absolutely absurd. So, do a few stretches, do whatever it is that makes your body feel happy, and don't think that it has to be for a long time. Touching base with it and having consistency is the key, right? So then that brings it back to enjoy it. Enjoy the little things, enjoy the wins, celebrate those wins. But 60 seconds for you to do, if your hips are hurting, 60 seconds to do the stretch or the release or the movement that makes your hips feel better. 60 seconds out of your day. Can you not do that? Can you find 60 seconds for your day? Can you give yourselves 5 minutes every single day just to walk to the end of the street and back and get 200 extra steps? I know that I've got a block around where I live, and it's almost 1,000 steps, and I never come home unhappy. I always feel proud that I've actually done it. Just whack my sneakers on and go for a quick walk. So you've got to enjoy the journey. Every single night, reflect on your day. Are you proud of yourself? Enjoy that feeling of going, hey, you know what? Actually, I did improve myself today. Only 1%, but 1% over 100 days is now 100% better, yeah? Break these things down, and we get so blinded by the big picture. And that's when we go, oh, God, I suck, and God, why can't I achieve this? And Deborah next door is doing it, but I can't do it, because you're not bringing it back down to small steps. Just realized how messy my hair is. Sorry, guys. But stop and acknowledge. Set the realistic goals. Enjoy the journey. Set 5 minutes aside for yourself every single day to do that one thing that makes your body happy and makes you proud of yourself. So you've got to recap the success every single night, like I said. Reflect on yourself. Now, my ladies inside the Rebuild program have a power list that they have to answer every single night. And that's 4 questions I give them that they have to answer. And it's simple lifestyle questions. And why haven't we achieved it when we can achieve it? Because you start bringing yourself down to number 2, not numero uno anymore. Number 1, you need to actually start caring for yourself as you do for others. So recap every single night. Did I do better than I did yesterday? Did I drink more water than I did yesterday? Did I do my foot exercises? Because you know how important feet exercises are. Did I do my neck exercises? Did I do whatever it is that you know that you need to do? Pop it in 5 minutes. Consistency is going to be your friend. So when we fall off once, we fall off twice, we start thinking it's too hard. So now you've fallen off the bandwagon and you keep reminding yourself it's too hard. But life is busy, but it's very stressful. And I'm having a stressful time with family, and work is stressful, work is busy. You're just giving yourself excuses, and you're knocking yourself down a notch. Because those excuses are excuses, right? If you can't squeeze 5 minutes to do what you like to do, to be proud of yourself, to be happy with yourself inside the journey, then they're all excuses, because you're the only one that can control that. And if you actually honestly write back to me in the messages that you don't have 5 minutes for yourself, then you haven't looked hard enough, honestly. Actually, on that note, shoot me a little hands up or a thumbs up emoji if we've ever been in this situation. Do you know, if you've ever been, and this is my thumbs up, right? So I've got thumbs up down there because I'm human. Everybody gets sucked into this. Gosh, it's so hard. I'm so tired. I haven't slept well. Or the kids are sick, or work is busy. That's here, right? This is here, and you are in control of it. I get so passionate about it because it's just changing the way that we react, changing the way that we think about things. And that brings me to one of my last topics, which is control your reactions. Control your actions. And this is something that you are completely 100% in control of. Not work, not your family, not lack of sleep, not pain. You are in control of your reactions. So how you react to certain situations, you can actually take a step back, like I said, take a breath, and how can I react for me to give a positive reaction for me? It's all about you, okay? This is all about you and how that you can actually perceive yourself. How do you look back at yourself at the end of the day? We need to be proud with our reactions to certain situations. Not everything's going to be positive. Not every day you're going to wake up motivated. But if you can actually reflect on that day, set your small goals, be proud of yourself of what you've done today in any certain area. Actually, that's another thing. And I know I'm running over time, but don't try and be really good in 6 different aspects of your day. Choose one and one only. And that one can be for 2 weeks, because after 2 weeks, we've got it in the forefront of our brain. We think about it for 2 weeks. We've created a great habit. Don't ever set yourself up to be great in 6 areas, because that's ridiculous, ladies, ridiculous. One area, nighttime routine. I'm very passionate about this nighttime routine because this reflects on your sleep, which reflects on your daytime routine. So water, shoes, walking, whatever it is, getting fresh air, being in touch with a friend that you haven't spoken to for a long time because life's gotten busy. I actually set myself once or twice a week because my life is busy, I understand. My family is everything to me, but I always reach out to friends I haven't spoken to for a long time. I make sure, that this makes me happy. Socializing makes me happy as well. So why did I stop doing it just because I'm busy with work and family's busy? That's on me, ladies. On me, and I'm owning it. Go out and do one thing that's going to make you proud today, and then repeat it. Repeat it every single day. And then you're going to be questioning yourself after 2 weeks. How can I make that better? Because we're all evolving, right? We all want to be the best versions of ourselves, the strongest versions of yourself. So stop thinking about what you can't do and what you haven't done, because Lisa 10 years ago is a different Lisa today. So what I was doing 10 years ago is not what I do today. It's not what makes me happy today. I might have felt good when I did it 10 years ago, but I don't want to do it anymore. My life has completely changed. A, I'm 10 years older. Those things don't happen anymore. And B, my life is completely different. So I'm happy with what I'm doing today because this is what I want to do. I don't want to run crazy marathons anymore. I don't want to do the training for that anymore. I'm happy and content with everything that I do in my life right here, right now. Anywho, motivation was something that came up on the Facebook, and I will do an actual training for it. I will do a slideshow training, and if this is something that you want, shoot me a message, private message. You can shoot me a private message, or give me a little smiley face emoji in the comments below. I am going to detail motivation, because one thing that we all forget is that motivation is something that we can't aim to have or aim to be 24/7. It is a feeling. Do you know? So what happens when life pegs lemons at your head? You need to actually search for these tools that I've just spoken about to bring you back to that happy place. to then have that good feeling, to then go and keep doing what you enjoy. Anywho, that's me. That's my Tuesday Night Live on motivation tonight. Shoot me thumbs up emoji if you've experienced 1, 2, or 3 of these things that I've spoken about. Give me a smiley face emoji if you are wanting the training once I've done it. Have a wonderful week, girls. Set yourself up, be proud of yourself, and smash it out.